Guys, the reason I promote Virtual Shield VPN is because it works. With it, I can hide my identity, activity, and location, and all you gotta do is hit connect. Once I'm connected, nobody can see what I'm doing. Nobody even knows I'm online. I'm 100% protected, and you can be too. 40% off now through the rest of the month. $2.99 covers 15 devices, up to 15 devices for under $3 a month. You cannot beat it. The link is in the description. As Americans are distracted by the impeachment dog and pony show, House Democrats have slipped in an unqualified renewal of the draconian Patriot Act into an emergency funding bill, voting nearly unanimously for sweeping surveillance carte blanche that was the basis for the notorious NSA program. The 3-month reauthorization of the notorious Patriot Act was shoehorned into a last-minute continuing resolution funding the U.S. government, bundling measures needed to avert yet another government shutdown with a continuation of the widely intrusive surveillance powers passed after the 9/11 false flag operation. Think about the deep irony of this, guys. Democrats voted almost unanimously for it, granting the far-reaching surveillance capabilities to the very same president they're currently trying to impeach. How's that for off-the-hook irony? We want him out of the White House, but as long as he's in the White House, we want him to have the power to spy on Americans. A roll call vote on the bill was split exactly along party lines, with all 230 Democrats standing up for unconstitutional mass surveillance, including progressives like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar, who spoke out against it earlier. 2 other Democrats opted not to vote, but not a single representative dared oppose the party's groupthink authoritarian madness. Not only did Democrats unanimously stand for the bill, they backed the waiver of a rule that would have at least allowed members of Congress to read it. Think about that, guys. All these people right here want you to be spied on by the surveillance state under the Patriot Act. Aside from renewing the Patriot Act for another 3 months and keeping Washington's lights on, the bill increases military pay and tosses extra funding to the Commerce Department and state highways. Republicans had hoped to pass a clean funding bill without add-ons of any kind, so their opposition to the measure didn't necessarily hinge on its inclusion of the surveillance provision. But still, the Patriot Act was born from a Republican administration, which makes every rational human being wonder why anybody would continue to play party politics. Both the Democrats and the Republicans want you spied on. And it's not just domestic surveillance that's driven Democrats and Republicans together. Despite the contrarian stance of the Squad and other outspoken resistors against President Donald Trump, House Democrats have largely gone along with Republicans in giving the president all the money he wants to wage war. Just 16 Democrats voted against the near-record defense budget in July. It's a bloated $1.48 trillion windfall over 2 years that dwarfs U.S. defense spending at the height of the wars in Korea and Vietnam and gives the Pentagon even more money than the rest of the government combined. And why wouldn't you give a corrupt department that's already lost untold trillions another cool trillion? I mean, it only makes sense, right? Tuesday's vote is also not the first time Democrats have voted with or to the right of their colleagues across the aisle to back domestic surveillance programs, despite casually comparing Trump to Adolf Hitler and other fascist boogeymen. Give me a break. Even the creators of the Patriot Act didn't expect the post-9/11 police state to last forever and included a sunset provision that would have allowed the bill to expire. Die a natural death, legislatively speaking, when it outlived its usefulness. And yet, the criminals in Congress have kept the program on life support for years with bipartisan support. With impeachment in full swing, mainstream media is carefully avoiding using the phrase Patriot Act in their coverage of the vote. Aware that the measure that allowed the government to treat Americans like terrorists doesn't have many fans among those who have more than 2 brain cells to rub together. Please like and share this video with everybody you know everywhere you can on social media, and leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.